you know, it's happening right before our eyes, and we're being distracted by the freaking stupid reality show going on, okay? Like I told you, they already sold us on the black market. They've already sold us through our social security numbers. They already have all of that information. They already broke into the Treasury Department. They already did all of it. We're literally like steps behind. Like, you know, it's like, it's all fear-based of will they win? Will they not? Will they get a spending bill? Guys, they're winning underground. They're just doing whatever the fuck they want, okay? And until we put into place the declaration of war, which I was trying to get out through social media outlets to our country, because every American has the right to defend their freedoms, okay? Every American has that right as part of this declaration, okay? Upholding an oath as well to protect and serve fellow Americans against this warfare, against people going into your brains and your minds, okay? And I put out those commands on the back end. And I've been doing the best I can to put them out publicly. But they have blocked me from getting those commands out intentionally. I told you the state of Texas was charged, and now the leadership of Texas was charged. I didn't really understand the leadership parts because I wasn't putting it together, but I think that came down to the flood in Texas. I think that's when the charges came in, that it was the leadership of Texas, and that's when they got charged with the war crimes, was after the weather weapons, I guess, occurred, and that's connected to Elon. So that's why Texas finally got charged. Their leaders got charged. As of yesterday, Texas was a freaking train wreck. They were trying to get the military out of Texas, weapons out of Texas. They're trying to get now machinery out of Texas so that they can't work on the Stargate project. They want all the bulldozers out. They want anybody who's working on the Stargate project. They need everything out of Texas right now. Texas, even home ownership is questionable right now in the state of Texas, because if the state is charged ownership of homes, assets, that stuff would all be taken with it, because you're in a completely different category if you're under a war crime category, okay? War crimes is you declared war on your own freaking country. That's what they're getting charged with that. The state of Texas has been charged with declaring war against their own country for no fucking reason, okay? For no other reason other than the fact that they are batshit crazy, okay? I just want to put that into context, that their declaration against their country was for no reason, okay? The country did not do anything to the state of Texas. It was their own declaration of war, okay? And so when the declaration of war came in at the end of March against Donald Trump, the Nazis are going to come here and make all these false claims about that declaration. That is a declaration based on the operations, the military operations carried out for Havana syndrome, okay? That, from what I understand, that's what the declaration of war is against Donald Trump. It's because of Havana syndrome operations, which are directly tied to all of these other states who have also been charged, specifically the state of Florida. Now, the leadership of Florida has not yet been charged, okay? But the state has been charged, which means all of their military was supposed to be moved off as well, and all of their weapons were supposed to be moved out. Now, all of their military, I'm hearing now, has to be vetted for Russians and for anyone who partook in these activities to hurt fellow Americans, okay? Because they're no longer a part of U.S. military. They are not allowed, okay? They are no longer recognized by the country if they partake in any of these, because the military has their own protocol to report, and they have their own protocol to whistleblow, okay? To be whistleblowers, okay? So if they did not do any of that, when commands came in, every man for themselves, then they're going to automatically be charged at this point in time, because they were warned. They were warned on the back end for a long time, okay? Like I told you all, these commands were going out for years, okay? So they don't have a defense anymore at this point in time with that many warnings. So all of that military has to be removed by force, okay? And they're not going forward. They're not going to be moving out to another location. Now, Iraq military was supposed to be sent home. Anyone in Iraq, all U.S. military in Iraq, and I believe the base in Bahrain was supposed to be evacuated and shut down. We are not supposed to have any U.S. military out right now, because those operations, I believe, have been proven to be dark ops, okay? Dark operations connected to this enemy. I'm hearing Israel. So that U.S. military now has to be pulled back, all of them, okay? Because I'm learning that the attack on the Red Sea was an inside job against our own Navy. Those war crimes are coming in against Donald Trump as we speak, okay? A lot of people did not know that was an inside job, the attack on the Red Sea, connected to United Emirates or the Houthis. That was an inside job done by Donald Trump and his generals. I knew it was an inside job. I came on my channel and talked about that right away. But that's coming in right now, that they're understanding that Donald Trump directly attacked the Navy, okay? He directly went against U.S. Navy operations, okay, to hurt our military. That's coming in. That's like, those investigations are still ongoing. Within the last even several days, I think that information is still coming to the light. Like I said, he has been ordered to be killed not once, not twice, but many times, okay? So now it's a matter of who's surrounding him. From what I gathered, his Secret Service is Russian, okay? From what I have gathered, many of his White House and people in place were put in place intentionally for years to be a part of his, I guess I'm hearing, a blockade of sorts, okay? So that's why we're in a declaration of war against Donald Trump right now, okay? That is why we were forced into a declaration of war as a result of their crimes against their country.